Yo, welcome to the Mind of the Scheme. Here again. Giggity. Run the intro.
I spin up a body, then spin it again. I keep it myself, no, I do not keep any friends. All that ass that you keep it 100, don't have to be fake, you don't have to pretend. I brought up my ski, we need it. Alright.
So today in the Mind of the Scheme, the topic is the moments you snap into purpose. And this one is Breaking Bad inspired. If you haven't watched the Breaking Bad, good series. Top. I say go check it out. But yeah, the moment you snap into purpose. I feel like there's a moment in everyone's life, a moment where something shifts. Not in anger, not in chaos, but in clarity. The moment where you look at your life and you realize that, hey, what I've been accepting is not what I deserve. I'm better than this. You see, with Walter White, the main character in Breaking Bad, well, one of the main characters, if not the main character, before he became the man everyone remembers, he spent years living smaller than his potential. Talented mind, genius level intelligence, like, he is smart. But his life, it didn't reflect it. He taught in a classroom he outgrew. He was way too smart to be teaching those kids. He worked at a car wash he didn't respect. He lived every single day beneath what he was capable of, until he couldn't anymore. His transformation, it didn't begin with a plan, it began with a decision. And that's how it is for all of us. There's a point where you get tired of how you're moving, tired of your excuses, tired of pretending you're comfortable when you're actually suffocating. And it hits you, clear, sharp, undeniable. The moment where your heart says, enough. Enough is enough. And I would call that your Walter White moment. Not the part where you break bad, but the part where you stop breaking yourself. The part where you stop doubting your potential. The part where you stop allowing life to just happen to you. The part where you stop allowing life to just happen to you. The moment where you snap into purpose. I feel like in life you'll probably have multiple moments like this. I don't think it'll be every day, but yeah, it's multiple. Me, it's consistency, but it's just hitting me again today that, like, I'm being consistent, but I'm not consistent enough. And yeah, I kind of just always remind myself, just snap. I just, like, have to wobble my brain sometimes. Like, yo, like, what are you doing, bro? You're not doing what you should be doing. So, a lot of people never understand that purpose is not a vibe, it's not motivation, it's not fireworks, it's not a quote on your phone. Purpose is a turning point. A point where you look at your future and you finally feel responsible for it. Walter's purpose didn't show up instantly. It showed up slowly when he stopped living small and stopped letting fear make decisions for him. Because fear will keep you doing the same things for years. Fear will convince you that trying is dangerous. Fear will turn your potential into a dream you never follow. Purpose flips that. Purpose is when you decide you're done letting fear lead. I'm in control. See, there's a version of you that you've never met, a version that's more, like I said in a previous video, there's a version of you out there that's more focused, more confident, more disciplined, more powerful, but you can only meet them when you stop accepting the weaker version of yourself. You want to evolve? Start saying no to the old you, no to laziness, no to procrastination, no to the people who drain you, no to the habits you know hold you back, and no to the narratives that keep you small. Purpose begins the day you get serious about who you actually want to be. Like, who do you want to be in this life? You gotta ask yourself that question. And once you come up with an answer, the way you're moving at that point in time, the steps you're on now, those steps you're taking, are they leading you to the person you want to be? If not, what are you gonna do about that? I'm not gonna do it for you. You're not gonna do it for me. You feel me? Your big moment, you snap into purpose. It doesn't come from success. It comes from discomfort. It comes from realizing you've been shrinking yourself. It comes from feeling like you're capable of more, but you're moving like less. Walter White snapped when he realized time was running out. You know, he actually got told he had cancer. And, you know, reality dawned upon him. I could be dying soon, but what have I even left for my family? That's how it started anyway. And then If you've watched the show, you know how Heisenberg, Heisen, he called. But hey, can't say I agree with everything he's done. But back to the point. Your moment doesn't need that kind of drama where you now have cancer and you're given only a certain amount of time to live. No, you don't need, obviously, to be in a situation such as that. Of course, some people, that is a reality of some people. They might be told they have an illness, and they might realize in their life they haven't done what they've truly wanted to do. But all it takes is honesty. People could be saying, I can't keep living like this, because they know they're built for more. But what are you going to do about that? But that moment where you let yourself know that, hey, like, the way I'm living right now it can't be forever. That single moment of clarity, it will change your entire life, especially if you act upon it. Because there's one thing about knowing about it, because I could say, I hate living like this. This life is not for me. I'm going to change. But if I don't actually change, what do you think is going to happen? Nothing. Why would it change if I'm still doing everything that I do for the life I don't want to live? I feel like once you see what you're capable of, you will never be satisfied being average again. Once you taste your potential, you will never go back to sleepwalking through life. Once you snap into purpose, it's over for your old self. Go get that sniper and go shoot him. Are you crazy? I'm trying to kill my old self, because my old self is weaker than the person I want to become. Why would I want to stay as my old self when I know I can become stronger? Make it make sense. I feel like you don't actually need a perfect plan to start. You don't need resources. You don't need validation from anyone. You don't need everyone to understand. You don't need permission. You just need a decision. You need a decision. A quiet decision, a strong decision, a decision that says, from today, I move different. From this point onwards, I don't accept that. I feel like we don't actually have any idea how fast our life can change once we stop playing small. Your moment is coming, and when it hits, you'll feel it. That moment you snap into your purpose, the moment you take control, the moment you finally meet the person you were meant to be all along. When it clicks, everything changes. Listen, once you see your potential clearly, you can't go back to pretending you're average. I'm not average. I'm not going to pretend like I am.
You're through to your garage.
Talk your shit now.
I'll get back to it then.
Stay focused. Stay sharp. Stick to the scheme. This is the mind of the scheme. I'm gone. Giggity, giggity.